we are discussing out and about activities today, and I am working with Harley, and I'm getting her acclimated to this new harness, which I kind of dig. It's pretty cool. It's called a 3-in-1 harness. I'm going to show you up close in a minute kind of how to take it on and off. But what's nice about it is that it has a clip in the front, which I really like for teaching the puppy not to pull forward on the leash. Also for puppies that like to stop a lot, it gives me the ability to kind of pull them forward a little bit without putting any pressure on their leash. It also allows me to hook it up to this center back clip if I want. Not great for teaching pulling, or to teach the puppy not to pull on leash, but it certainly is a quick and easy way to attach your leash. And it also has an attachment for being in the car and hooking up to a seat belt. So that's kind of why it's called the 3-in-1. You've got a seat belt, a way to hook your puppy up to a seat belt. You've got a back attachment, and you've got a front clip attachment. So again, pretty cool. So we've been working, again, we can kind of try it and see how it goes with this clipped up to the back. It certainly does, again, it takes the pressure off the puppy's neck. It also keeps the leash away from the puppy's feet and mouth. Meaning, why do I care? Some puppies will bite their leash incessantly if it's coming up around near them, so this will avoid that. But again, it doesn't help with if I have a puppy that pulls a lot on the leash. So you kind of have to play around and decide like what's the most effective strategy for you and your puppy and the issues that you're dealing with when you're out and about. So we'll try it like this and see. Again, we're working on reward zone. I want to start with that puppy sitting at my side. Let's talk about how to get her in a nice position, sitting straight at my side. So if I take a lure, Harley, if I take my lure and I put it straight up, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get most of the time a puppy that will pivot and face me or be kind of perpendicular to me. So I don't want to do that. I want to take this treat, I'm going to put it right in front of her mouth, and as I go to have her sit, I'm going to put that treat out to the side of her head. Come here. It's hard to get them close up and do this. There we go. Sit. Yes. Okay, so what happens is, if I take that treat and I put it right here, the dog's nose comes here and they spin out to the side. If I angle that treat out to the side of her head and I pull it up, see how it tucks her butt nice and close into me? So now we're facing the same direction, and I can again grab my treats from my opposite hand, place one on my hip, and slide it straight down my pant leg. Want to discuss again why I don't ever take treats and either cross over my body. What's that going to do? That's going to teach my puppy to walk out in front and walk across my body. Not what I want when I'm teaching leash manners. The other thing I don't want to do when I'm practicing leash manners, very nice, Harley, I never want to take a treat from my opposite hand and come straight down to the dog, because that's teaching my puppy forward gaze, and again, that rewards are coming from out here somewhere. It's going to really teach them to not give me the eye contact and the full upward glance that I need. So this pause on my hip, so let's really look at this. Here's what's happening. Got a bunch of treats in my opposite hand along with my leash. Now this gives me an opportunity to have a free hand that's closest to the dog. So I'm going to grab one treat at a time. I'm going to load up my hand a little bit. I'm going to grab one treat at a time. I'm going to get my puppy right where I want. Now I've got my leash and my handful of treats in my opposite hand, and I can then reload, put that treat right on my hip, and have it come straight down my pant leg. Okay? So I'm going to face you so you can maybe see this a little bit better. Oh, my God. So watch where I've got all my treats and my leash, and I'm reloading, putting it on my hip, coming straight down my pant leg. I can scoot scoot myself in a little bit closer to puppy if I want. I also don't want to have too much slack between myself and the dog. This is a short leash. This is only 4 feet. If I had a 6-foot leash, I would have a lot of extra leash sort of just bunched up in my hand. Oh, we get tired. What I don't want to do, a lot of times people hold the end of the leash and they're like this. They've got their hand way up here trying to control the dog. So always slack down on your leash just enough so that you have a little bit of a, sometimes we call it a J. You have just a little bit of slack between you and the dog. That's about as much space as I want so that when we start walking, come on, pup. Yes. My puppy doesn't have a lot of room to make mistakes. I don't have a lot of room to cross in front or walk behind me. Come on. Very nice. Let's go. Yeah, Harley. Very nice. You see how she's giving, Hi. See how she's giving me that nice eye contact? It's because we've been practicing reward zone. Let's go. Yes. So even when I don't have treats in my hand, look how nice she's walking and giving me eye contact. Come on. Yes, good job. I'm walking obviously in really small circles so you can see me. Very nice. Hey, sit. Come on. Yes, good girl. Very nice. Okay, that was excellent. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up about this harness. So it's got a bunch of clips. It can look really confusing. The easiest way to think about this is to only ever undo these clips that are the furthest ones back around her belly. There's clips up here around the neck, don't undo those. So one clip is here on this side. The other clip is right here on this side. If I do it that way, I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see her. Then all I need to do is slide this off of her head. Okay, now if you look at this, I've got this nice little loop that goes over her neck. And then I have these 2 clips that kind of come up around the belly. If you unclip these, it gets all wacky. It's super hard to figure out how to put it on. It does do a really nice job of giving you labels like, what is this one? Center chest. But again, super confusing. So just make sure you've got this neck in a circle. And that way, when I go to put this on, okay, I'm gonna take off my leash here. When I go to put this on, I've got it set up so here's the center clip that goes on the center of the chest. I've got this little nice loop for her neck. All I have to do is slide it over her neck, and then I take these 2 straps and they go under one leg and clip on the side, and under the other leg and clip on the other side. Okay, and then again, thank you, Miss Harley. I've got this nice loop that I can either put a seatbelt through, or there's an attachment that came with this that clips onto a seatbelt, and then you can clip onto here, or I can clip my leash again to this little clip in the center of the chest. So that's how you would work this harness. Good job, Harley. Leave it. Good job. Leave it. Take it. Gus, you gotta wait your turn. Take it. Ah, leave it. That's not yours. Leave it. Leave it. Rosie. Take it. Leave it. Gus. It's so hard, I know. Take it. Take it. There, leave it. Oh, it's such good babies.